120 days. That's how old Whalebert is. In this video, I will be talking about not only Whalebert, but the new player problem MSF has right now. Now, there's been some stuff going on. We got rid of 2 pieces of shit, and Dum Dum Dugan's gone, and that other asshole who was above him, he's gone too. Thank God. Maybe there can be hope for this game now. Those were 2 of the biggest problems that we had. Anyway, let's just go over Whalebert first, and then we'll talk about the new player problems, which will become more obvious once we look at Whalebert. So here we have Whalebert, of course. Let's take a look at my roster. I do have it up here at level 85. I am going to take it to DD5 once I get there. I do have some Gear 16 characters already. Icarus is Gear 16. Spiderweaver is also Gear 16. The biggest thing really holding me back on upgrading any character Gear 16 has been the uniques. I am eventually going to take Red Hulk up, of course, as well. I'm working up Gwenpool because I eventually want to take her along with the other new warriors, especially Hoodie and Dildo. But I'm also working on a skill raid team, and this is where you can start to see some of my problems. Notice I don't have ISO equipped to some of these characters. The simple fact is, ISO green is a huge problem. I just can't get enough of it, and I can't gear these characters to even use them in raids. Now, I do have a couple of raid teams done, though. I've put together a Mystic team with it up here. The Eternals, of course, Spiderweaver, and Deathpool, who I also built up as well to level 75, Gear 14. As you will see, as we look at roster, I'm keeping 99 up there with Weaver. Maybe he will go, maybe he won't. I need to work on Rebirth. As you can see, I'm leveling up. I leveled up Hoodie and Dildo. They will be going to City DD5 once I get there. I'm not really worried about the order I get the characters up for DD5 to Gear 16, because the simple fact is, unless I have all the characters done, I don't get the major rewards that I actually need. Would Elite 5s and some gold help? Yes, but I have plenty of gold. Elite 5s would be nice. But I'm not going to stress over making sure I have my city done before my global, cosmic, or legendary. I'm going to do them as I see fit. Then you can see my Deathpool got her up to level 65. Of course, this is another problem. This is a character needed for Apocalypse. When the fuck am I supposed to work on them? You can start seeing some of the problems I'm going to be running into. Fury's up there. Horseman teams are still down here. I do have Death Seed up and running as a raid team. Let's take a look at that. I am only running Doom 2 right now, so that's fine. And at this level, this Death Seed team at this level is perfectly fine. It seems that actually, and I have no problems. Of course, I will need to eventually one day build these up. When? I have no idea. So you can see the rest of the roster. You know, there's the more Death Seed. You can see I got... I'm just getting random shards. I'm not farming anybody. I'm just getting these shards through natural means, premium orbs as they come. Milestone orbs, they give out stuff. Legacy orbs. I don't even bother really looking at them, so I don't really want to spend the gold to star up these characters because I really don't use them, to be honest with you. I will eventually need to make some kind of tech team. We'll see what the next patch is, if we get a tech team or not. If not, I'm going to have to probably actually work on the Bionic Avengers a little bit. You can see I have done nothing with Unlimited, really. Do have some Web Warriors. Done nothing with Nowhere. Don't know if I'll ever get the Firestar. And you got Agatha just sitting down here. Going to work on Darkhold one day. Eventually, maybe Bifrost, but I really don't need them right now. I mean, a whole lot of characters are just going to be sitting down here. Still don't have Kang, 6 short in him. Don't have Absorbing Man, don't have Titanius. I don't even have the Masters of Evil to really make it easier to get Nova. Which brings me to another issue, which I think we need to talk about, is what's going to be happening with these Scourges. Now, I did do a difficulty 4 run just to get myself in there and see how I did. And the problem with the Scourge is I don't have like Web Warriors done. So you can see there's my score. I don't have Web Warriors. I don't have Dark Hunters built. I don't have Young Avengers built. I kind of have some Hero Asgardians just because of what they got in the Time Heist bundle. Who else? Bionic Avengers not built. I got some Wakandans, again, because of the Time Heist bundle. But going forward, with the way they are changing the Scourge, this is really fucking over new players because now you're telling new players, you must build those teams. With the way they run the Scourges now, I could keep doing difficulty 4s every time that Scourge comes up. I'll eventually get that character up. It would just be very slow. As far as Cosmic Crucible, I am in Elo hell right now. I won too many in a row, so I'm getting my ass kicked right now, so not much to talk about there. Now that I've talked about the briefs on what's going on with Whalebert, let's talk about the new player problems with MSF. Now, as we get into these problems, these are by far not the only problems. These are the problems I thought of, and I also have some solutions, don't worry. So what are the problems? These are the ones I have seen actually being playing this Time Heist bundle. Let's first talk about the Time Heist bundle in itself. It contains too many outdated characters and teams. And not only are they outdated and useless, they're also too low of being any of importance to even do anything with. We don't need the Uncanny X-Men. We don't need the Brotherhood. We don't need, well, we got Pimtech, but they're kind of on the Infestation team with a couple of them. Kind of helped out. Hero Asgard, things that just aren't a Sinister Six. Things that just really aren't that important anymore. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to get all the old legendaries like Invisible Woman, Shuri, who does have some usefulness, Adam Warlock, who cares now. But in reality, it's just too many old outdated teams that you're probably not going to do anything with. And the Time Heist bundle also fails to have any complete raid teams. None. The closest you come is the Axemen. You got 4 out of 5 because Jubilee being a legendary. But even that requires a little bit of work on your end to go and get her unlocked. And then you have to build her. It's not like they give you a bunch of resources to do that as well. But this still brings back to the problem. Why couldn't they include any raid teams whatsoever in this bundle to help a player who's actually spending money? Let's not even talk about what free-to-play are going to be going through. And the overall cost of buying all the bundles is way too high, over $300. Normal people are not going to be spending that. That is just going to keep players from playing, really. Especially once they find out that it's too long of a road to become useful. Yes, I know we all grind it for years and we got to this level, but the fact of the matter is there's now 95 levels. It takes a very long time for somebody new to catch up, even with the Time Heist bundle. You can see I'm only level 89 right now after 120 days. That might not seem too bad, but considering I essentially started off at level 80 the first day, 120 days, I'm at level 89, and I'm still not completely useful. I'm still only in Doom 2. I can't even think about doing incursion raids. I really only have 2 raid team. Technically, I should do have a 3rd raid team. I have 3 raid, 5. I do have Rebirth. I do have Death Seed, and I put together a Mystic team, which is not really the Mystic team. Eventually, I'm going to need to build Bifrost. Eventually, I need to build Bionic Avengers. I'm still working on the skill team. But I'm not useful yet. And this is going to be a big problem. How long should it be till a player is useful? I spent money. Shouldn't I be useful very quickly? If it's a free-to-play player, the road to usefulness is at least a year, if not more. And the next thing is the cost of upgrading characters to a baseline level is too high for both gold and training mats. This goes across not just new players, but old players as well. There is no reason why characters should cost as much as they do nowadays with 95 levels. We should be able to just boom up to level 75 or level 80. This needs to really be looked at as we look at my solutions. The big thing I have found, the ISO green farming is appalling with the amount needed. You need 81 each to get a character up. My biggest holdback on creating raid teams is this, ISO green. Just can't get it. I buy the 50 core refreshes every day. It just doesn't drop. You just don't get enough. And somebody who bought this bundle, I should have been just absolutely flooded with ISO green. Make ISO blue the bottleneck. We have the ISO blue campaign, but it's kind of useless if you don't have green. And there's just way too many characters I need it now to make a new player competitive between war, raids, even arena. Cosmic Crucible as well. Let's face it, you need 5 separate raid teams just alone. If you want to do anything in war, you're going to need 10 defense, 10 offense as well, at least. And then Cosmic Crucible, you get the 6 and 6. Now there is some overlap here. But say you want to build, you need to build 5 raid teams. You need to build the horseman teams to get Apocalypse. And then you need to build the other 3, the other 3, total 23 characters there. Only one of those is a raid team, so it's really 18 extra characters. And this is on top of anything new they're sending out. Now you need to build Masters of Evil to get Nova. If you want to get those horseman teams, you have to build Web Warriors now? On top of already having Rebirth as a new player, that's kind of ridiculous to ask you to build those two as well. It means, you're looking at Young Avengers, a good team, but you're looking at building them. Where is the time to, say, build the Infinity Watch back up? Maybe it would make Adam Warlock, actually competitive. So, solutions. I do have some solutions. You need to update the Time Heist bundle to include the newer characters. If you don't really want to give out maybe the new raid teams, at least include the current raid teams in the bundle at their minimum unlock, but at least include the older teams as well, or at least as an alternative. Give us full Axemen. Give us the Web Warriors. Why the fuck isn't Bionic Avengers in there? We know they're going to be going soon. What else we got? Give us the original New Warriors. Why wasn't that put in? Why did I have to level them up? I did, but doesn't mean everybody else should. They were originally supposed to be that. Hey, why not give them the Secret Avengers? These are all things they could do. Of course, they need to greatly reduce the golden training mask. So I would say at least a level 75 should be like nothing to get a character up to. It should probably only be level 80. If they did anything, I expect that they would only do level 75 to squash this stuff, if they do anything at all. And this will also, if they made these characters cheaper, this will also help the newer players out to catch up a bit, that become useful, whether it be building the horseman teams up to a level, just to get them up to that level, getting these new players through DD3, DD4. The reason why I say those two is because of the massive amount of resources you get on orange gear, which will help them build up to DD5. Let's make the bottlenecks more around those areas, DD5, DD6. No reason why somebody can't be clearing DD3, DD4 quickly nowadays. And of course, like I said, ISO green needs to be easier to attain, made cheaper to equip, or the ISO requirements need to be removed from older Doom raids so that newer players could get in there and actually have those raids to use. I don't think we should be putting people into Ultima 7.5 just because you got pissed off that nobody was buying ISO green. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Now, there's other things that need to be looked at and done. Obviously, the player's voice sham that they have going on now. Let's face it, when you talk about the character availability, all they said was, we may make them more available. All we have to do is make them available within 6 months through events or something. So if they throw characters into one event, guess what? They were made available. Get fucked, commanders. It's not actually farmable. They are still pulling their shit. They are still not making characters farmable. There is no release cadence. They are just pulling the wool over your eyes, using the wording to make you feel good. Get fucked. And on the final note, it. 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 It.